Casey Carter. I am Duchess Cashmere, the griot erotica, and I come to serve the tea. And you know I serve it piping hot and artistically nasty. I'm here to tell the stories and teach the children. You know I have the tips and tricks to take your sexual experience to the highest degree of pleasure. So come inside the cashmere room and let the Duchess show you the way.
Hey girl, how you doing today? What's on
Ooh.
your mind? What tea are you spilling today?
Well, honey, clutch your pearls and thank me later. Today's tea is 10 things I learned about sex toys in
Oh,
2020.
wait, hold up. Let me settle back. I want
Mhm.
to hear this because I know I learned a few things.
I know. You know, with 2020, we're all on quarantine, we're all at home. We're using our sex toys more. I know I'm using my sex toys more. And I wanted to give you guys 10 things that I learned about sex toys for 2020. You ready? You got your pen and paper ready, girl?
Yeah, wait, hold on. I want to compare my notes to yours. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so here we go. Hold,
All
wait.
right.
All right, go ahead. I'm with you.
Number one, drum roll, please, is
All right, whatever. Go ahead.
read all the instructions, all the paperwork, the pamphlet, everything that comes in that box. And I know it's in 14 different thousand languages, but go through, find the English version or whatever language you speak, read all the instructions.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, the perfect thing to do while you're reading the instructions is to charge it. Put it in the wall, charge it. It's going to come with a little bit of charge, but that shipping charge is not using the toy at its full potential, okay? So you
No.
want to make sure that it's charged all the way up. The
Yeah,
more powerful, the better.
and I can sort of second that whole is yes, it's charged when you pull it out the box, but I think
Hmm.
it's only charged just so you can say, "Oh, yes, it works." Because
Yeah,
if you try to play with that sucker from a box charge, oh girl, you so
no, ma'am.
mad. You so
Nobody
mad.
got time for that. Get well into a groove and the toy is
Yeah,
dead.
okay.
You
All
know
right,
what
all
I'm
right.
saying?
All right, so what's next? What you got next?
Number three, Google it. Especially if this is a toy that you won from an Instagram promotion or because you listened to someone's podcast, you may not have done your research on it. So Google it. Who makes it? Is it a black owned business? Is it made in the United States of America? Are there instructional videos to it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to get the T per se on your sex toy, all right?
Yes, and to sort of piggyback off of that idea, I also like to look at what it's made of, and and you find that too through all that research because that could be important.
Exactly, exactly. The one that piggybacks off this one, we up to number four now.
Hmm.
Number four is read the reviews.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, govern yourselves accordingly. You may not want someone else's opinion, but I find the reviews to be very helpful. What do you think, Miss Casey?
Okay. So here's the thing with me and reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, because let's say using that big company that starts with an A, I
Mm-hmm.
like to read their 1 and 2 star reviews versus the higher reviews. I think
Oh,
I
wait.
learn more from those lower reviews than the ones
Mm-hmm.
that go, "Ooh, I love it." I like to
Uh-huh.
see what people don't like.
Exactly how not to use it. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
And some people like to go in blind and they like it to be fresh. So govern yourselves accordingly on that tip.
Hmm.
But number five, determine if this toy is for solo play or partner play.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you never know. I have a toy I wanted online on Instagram. And it is definitely a solo play toy. It has all the mechanics for self self love. And then I have one that definitely appeals to my submissive side. It's a toy that only Miss Bell plays. It's a remote control vibrator. And honey, there's not a better smile on a man's face than to set the remote to your wireless vibrator down beside him.
Mm-hmm.
It'll change his whole attitude.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't know about you. Well, rather Bell. I don't know about Miss Bell and Mister, but
Hmm.
I've been at dinner at a very nice restaurant, and you know, buttons get pushed, and you trying.
Ooh, 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 serve the tea. Serve the
Okay,
tea.
okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's a whole lot of fun because you then start incorporating a
Mhm.
little exhibitionism,
Preach.
okay? And you're not actually doing anything, and nobody's
No.
actually touching anybody, but you were
Church.
certainly getting your freak on right there in front of the whole dining room.
Come around to the tabernacle. I
Okay.
cannot.
Okay. So I'm just saying, listen,
Yes.
one of the things that you and I have talked about is the fact that people, their freak number is a little
Mhm.
higher than they would give themselves credit for.
Yes, it
So
is.
all we're trying to
Absolutely.
do is
Absolutely.
let you know you more a part of this team than you think you are. But go on ahead, girl. You keep going. You keep going.
Determine if it's for solo play or partners play. Okay. Number six. Everybody loves the number six. The sixth tip that I learned from sex toys in 2020 is use lube. Now, let me tell you, I'll be quite honest and I'll be quite candid. I was not the lube girl until 2020. But 2020 gave me vision.
Lube
And
vision.
lube will cut your self love time in half.
Yes, Lord.
Okay?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Listen, one of the things that I like to do when Honey and I are out traveling, I like to
Mm-hmm.
find the closest sex toy store and I
Uh-huh.
like to buy some lube and a toy I've never bought before. I've never had something I've never, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a collection of lubes in, the tubes in the single use packages. Girl, I highly recommend lube, right? Like, this is just from the me and him type scenario. But
Mm-hmm.
I discovered, like yourself, in
Mm-hmm.
2020, lube is also very toy friendly.
Yeah.
And the sensation, you know what it reminded me of? If you've ever had a child and you go in for the ultrasound and they put the
Mm-hmm.
KY jelly on and they put it on because the sound wave travels better, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the vibration travels better on
Teach the
that
children.
lube. I do,
I
I
can
swear.
teach them.
Hmm. Now,
Absolutely.
and here's the other thing I learned, that once I got accustomed to putting the lube on, I
Mm-hmm.
sometimes had to reapply the lube because I massaged it in a little too long because it just felt so
Wash it all
good.
away. Wash it all away.
Mm,
There's no shame.
mm-mm.
I used spit on my coochie just this morning. But on the second go round, I had to use lube and it was 10 times better. So
Yeah,
use your lube
use your lube.
and be mindful of your lube compared to what kind of toy. Because back to that Google search, you don't want to use silicone based lube with a silicone toy. No, ma'am. Use the
Mm-mm,
lube.
mm-mm.
All right,
Okay.
we digress.
Mm.
Number seven, push all the buttons on the toy. Does it have a heating element? Does it have a thrusting element? Does it spin? Does it vibrate? Does it suck?
Mm.
Push all of the buttons. Okay.
Yes. Oh, girl. Yes. Listen, because remember I was telling you about my wand and
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it's got like 8 speeds and 20 patterns or whatever the case is. Honey, I have some favorites. I do. But they
Okay.
only became favorites after I tried everything. After I
Oh,
tried everything.
yes.
That's how I knew I like this one better than that one.
Absolutely. And that leads us right into number eight. Let every vibration sit. Let it simmer just a little bit. Feel it. Get to know the vibrator. You know what
I
I'm
do.
saying? Experience it.
Oh, girl. Oh. And okay, so if I could be transparent on this one too.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I have my favorites. But to get to the favorites, I had to try everything. And in order for me to successfully try everything, I waited a minute. Like you're saying, I let it marinate for a minute cuz you put it on a slower vibe
Mm-hmm.
and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
mm. But
Mm-hmm.
then you let it sit there. And after a while, you're like, "Oh, okay. Okay." And I wouldn't have known that if I had gone 1, 2, 3. Yep, nope, ain't nothing happening.
Exactly.
You had to let it marinate. You had
You
to
have
let
to
it
go all the
marinate.
way to setting number 17.
Mhm.
That's the linchpin right
Mhm.
there.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
girl. And that minute to let it percolate and see
Mm.
and let it do what it do.
What
Mm,
it do?
that's
Let
it
it do
right
what
there.
it do,
That's
baby.
it right there. All right, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You
All
taking
right.
me. Come on, girl. We're gonna have to hurry up because I think I got a toy that ain't been fully tested. So come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Number 9. It goes back to a story I heard called There Was No Porn.
Mm.
Now you might like porn when you use your vibrator, and that's perfectly your business. But if you're using a new vibrator, cut down on your distractions and learn to use your new lover. Because that's all a vibrator is. It's an extension of your new lover, and your greatest lover is yourself, if I can just
Mm.
really teach the children.
Yes,
You know,
teach him, teach him,
cut
let him
down on
know.
the distractions. And last but definitely not least, keep an open mind. You're going to have to learn to use this toy because, especially, I got 3 new ones in a year,
Hmm.
and it was the suction kind, it was
Hmm.
the thrusting kind, and it was the heating kind. I was going to use this.
Hmm.
Take some time to get to know your new lover and don't be so hasty. So that's my 10 things that I learned about sex toys in 2020. Read it, charge it, Google it, review it, determine, use your lube, push all the buttons, cut down on your distractions, let it marinate, and keep an open mind.
Ooh,
And
girl.
that's all I got for you today, Miss Casey Carter.
Ooh, that was a mouthful right there.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. Now listen, and I always say this. We could sit here and chat about it for a while, but I'm gonna have to go and
You got some buttons to push, don't you?
yeah, girl, I gotta go. I gotta go. All
Yes,
right.
yes,
So thank you for the
absolutely.
tea. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing with the
darling, I
people.
love you.
I love you too, girl. We gonna do this again. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Lord. All right, girl. Bye.
Bye.